What's up, guys? Chris with Luxury Cigar Club here again with Jeremy. You just last week watched Jeremy go through our affordable versus premium cigar challenge, and now we're going to kind of get into the head of the man, learn about Wildfire Cigars. Before we do that, make sure to subscribe, give us a like, give us a comment. We love hearing from you. So let's now get into it. So I was telling you that like my pairing that I really like to do that I found on accident is a really peaty scotch. So like, you know, like really peaty, like Octomore, like just the peatiest as can be in a Connecticut, a well done Connecticut cigar. And it's kind of weird, right? Because it's like, how do you taste the cigar is what I would think, right? But it makes it so creamy. I don't understand why, but it's just a really great pairing. The only other thing that I like to pair is coffee. Like I really try to be intentional about like what I smoke with my coffee because it's such a beautiful marriage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree. Coffee is the best with it because you can go with any cigar, right? And it tends the roasted notes. Like, what's funny is my favorite pairing if I want to like have fun is an odd pairing because it's a Padron 26 number 2 Maduro
Okay.
with cheap ass Jameson.
Just the best cigar and the worst.
And it's like there are far better whiskeys out there, but it brings out the like chocolate notes and intensifies them in the Padron.
Okay, so you do it for the Padron.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, because of how it plays, and there's almost like a chocolatey caramel type of like profile that comes off the Jameson, which is a very light, you know, just run of the mill Irish whiskey, but it works. It's such a weird pairing, but when I want it, that's what I want.
That's funny. So, like, I would never do that personally. So, right, like, it's just subjective. Like, what works? Like, sometimes I really enjoy tacos and like a real heavy like broadleaf or San Andreas. So, you know what I mean? I have no idea why. I couldn't even describe it, but like, there's just something about a little pico and some broadleaf that gets me going.
I thought you were going with tacos and then San Andreas because Mexico, you were trying to like enhance the experience.
No, I don't think like that. Excuse me, sir. So what'd you think about your last video, the challenge?
It's fun.
Okay.
It's fun to learn I wasn't right on everything, you know, and the reasons behind, and that I undervalued a cigar. But then when I was like, you were like, do you want to try to correct it? I was like, well, it must be the other way around. So it was like you were messing with my head.
It was.
But
you stuck with your guns, though. You stood true.
Yeah.
So we got to hear a little bit about like your thought process around tobacco in the factory, how you try to soak up information from masters, people that really do know what they're doing whenever you're down there. But we haven't really heard a lot about Wildfire Cigars, kind of where you came from, what got you into Wildfire, like, you know, the origin story, if you will. So can you give us just a taste of that?
Yeah, so I have a pretty long-standing history within the cigar industry. It's just been in different capacities. So I started in 2000 or 2001 working retail. I worked there for 11, 12 years, being groomed, trying every cigar, really kind of finding what I liked, what I didn't like, and I really fell in love with the industry. And then I hit a point where I was like, well, I want to be on the industry side. So then I began like applying for rep jobs because that just really interested me. And then I landed one. My first rep job was with Christian Aroa when he launched CLE.
Wow.
So I was part of, for the West Coast, you know, the California, Washington, and Oregon sales rep. From there, I had met Robert Caldwell because he had the brand Winwood under Christian's umbrella. So Rob and I became good friends, and the cigar geek in me loved the whole Winwood concept and the factory fresh. And so we were getting a lot of legs to it on the West Coast, which is as a result, Rob would travel with me a lot, and we just became friends outside of just me selling the cigars. So when he and Christian parted ways, Rob and I had stayed in contact, and Rob was like, "Would you like to, you know, you want to come aboard and do this?" And I'm like, "Well, what do you want me to do?" And he's like, "Oh, you can be a national sales manager." I was like, "All right, cool, let's do this." And then I bought some books because I had no idea what a national sales manager did, right? And so, like, what other company is going to let you groom you into the position? Like, sure, you're our national sales manager. You were naked 2 days ago in a, in a gutter, but like, I grew into it, right? And so we did that, and I traveled the country and building the brand, and I did that for some years, and then it was around 2018. We were at the trade show, and I had this kind of breakdown, not in front of people, but with like the owners of Caldwell, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I feel like I've done everything I set out to do. I don't know how much steam I got left in me, and I was getting ready to just kind of throw in the towel to the cigar industry, because I was just like, I don't want to keep moving from company to company. We had built a healthy brand, but I was just like, this isn't mine. This isn't, and I was just feeling with all the like travel and the sacrifices with like, you're not being around with your kids. I was like, why am I doing this? And it just like, so I had this kind of, period where I just sat with like, what do I want to do? And then about a year later, I called up Rob and I was like, I want to start my own brand. I want to do something for me. And he was like, sure, it's your
that's
time.
awesome.
You should do it. Like there was, and so at least a year before anyone else knew, Rob and them knew, and we had reached an agreement. He was like, stay with the brand until your cigars are in production. And I was like, deal. So like I would work in the daytime for Caldwell and then work on building this brand behind the scenes. And what other, I mean, just the fact that they like that
that's rare.
like, but that just to me is a testament to like, if you have good relationships with people and you do good business, then like they should want to see you succeed and go on to the next thing. And look, they did very well. After
They did okay.
they did all right. Rob's all right. So I started the brand, and I was very intentional. The point of Wildfire was I wanted to create blends that excited me, that expressed something of like my personality. So every cigar has been like an intentional, almost like how I write music, where it's like I write lyrics and then I write music to support the lyrics. That's the way like my brain works. So I came up with concepts for Revivalist was the first cigar I launched, and I wanted it to feel like when you smoke this, this is the environment you should smoke it in. And I don't think that's necessarily a common like way to like approach a blend, but for me it was like I want to encapsulate like a picture in my head, like sitting around a campfire. This makes sense. It's a rustic. It's not like as refined as some other cigars, but it's intentionally that way to like I wanted to feel.
It's a cigar designed for a mood and a space and time rather than a cigar that's designed to just be good or sell good, right? Like it's intentionally specific for this.
And that has been my approach with everything, right? Is like finding, Wanderer, and then, Arteois, and with the limiteds, like, doing a 3-part series, the intro, the hook, the breakdown, to try to like, well, what's the intro of a song do? It's got to grab you immediately, right? So I made a Connecticut with broadleaf and corojo, and so it's not a super refined cigar, but it's an immediate like grab your attention. And then with the hook, because the hook is your chorus, I wanted it to be something very palatable that would be something for someone every day, right? Because this is like what you keep coming back to, right? The hook. And then the breakdown, which has not come to market as of yet, but was like, all right, here's where we're going to get heavy and down and dirty, and like, you know, the music's going to take over. And so all the cigars I do, there's like this intention behind them. That's what gives me like fulfillment with it. Like, did it express what I want it to? Just like when I write a song. So there might be a guy that loves cigar A from me, but hates the rest. And that's totally cool, because that's the one that resonates with him.
Yeah.
So there is no like profile that shows up through Wildfire.
You're not Tatuaje, or you're not
No.
AJ Fernandez, where you're like known for spice or power or Lajero, like LFD, right? You have you're known for mood.
It's endless.
It's like set design almost.
I can make something that's a very mild, creamy Connecticut, and I could make something that's triple Lajero, you know, a Maduro, and they would fit within the realm of Wildfire because of the idea behind it.
Sure. You know, s'mores or breakfast in the morning, or, you know, hiking through the prairie, whatever it is. It's interesting you say that too, because now you've said something that kind of like stuck with me, and it's, you're not one thing, right? Like, so LFD is known for Lajero, right? Like they're known for their Lajero work. And it's, I don't think the market, the new market anyway, the new cigar smoker is so receptive to like their thing. Like, I think of my grandfather, right? He drunk Miller Lite. That's what he drank. There was no, let me see what else is out there. He was a Miller man.
Right.
Through and through. Because that was his beer. Just like he ate the same 5 meals every week for dinner, you know what I mean? Lunch was always a salad, you know, breakfast was it was a routine, man. And like, I think that generation was like that in general, right?
Sure.
Like World War II, famine, all kinds of weird things that like build that mindset into a human being. And now I look at like beer, for instance, right? There's no Miller men left, right? There's no guys or gals that just crush Miller nonstop. They go and see what's new. Like, what's this microbrewery doing? What's Wilderness doing? What's, you know, whatever. Sure. Like, let's go out into you were telling me your buddies go out into the wilderness and do a mash every year, and like they want that like thing. And so there's not like a thing for, and I bet they don't love everything that microbrewery does, but they find something there that they like. And so you are embodying that. That microbrewery doesn't have the same flavor, same profile and everything they do. Neither do you, but you're multi-palated, multifaceted, I guess is what we should say, in the way that you do your blending. And I think that's interesting. I think that's actually something that's really good for the upcoming consumer.
Well, and I think it always keeps you moving and exploring, like trying to find some tobacco that like, oh, how can I showcase this in a particular way? Like, because I'm not confined to this is our path, right? So it's like, it's whatever inspires me, then like, all right, cool, let's make a blend out of it.
It's more rock and roll and less classical, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's like sure.
And I like the idea, you know, that if someone enjoys one of them and they find like, this is my go-to for this experience, it's like, hell yeah, like that's the coolest thing. And if anything, I hope over the years with Wildfire that I do get known for is that like the one consistency thing that I would like to show up is that they're interesting, you know, that they're creative and interesting blends. It doesn't need to be your favorite, you know, and it doesn't, but maybe it will be, and that's rad.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I want, you know, it's like when you smoke a Padron 2000 versus a 64, 26, it's all Padron, but different variations of smoothness, creaminess, quality, right? Different. But with me, it's like,
it's not all Wildfire. Wildfire could be anything.
Right. And that's kind of the, you know, to go with the name of it, like, you know, something takes off.
Could go anywhere.
And it's like all of a sudden it's over here, and then it pops up, over there. And like, I find a lot of enjoyment, and especially with like next year, Wildfire has a lot to offer.
Okay.
And like really, really, we're going to dial in the experience and the fun. We're going to have some fun with it.
Okay.
So
2026.
2026 is going to be a really fun year for this brand, and it's really going to, it's almost like, without going too far into it, it's almost a relaunch of a new thought. Like, hey, I finished my demo. Now I'm giving you an album.
Okay.
So, like, it's going to be
Well,
fun.
Now we're excited.
Yeah. Well, I hope so.
I mean, I hope it's good. No, I'm just kidding.
It's horrible.
So go check out Jeremy Wildfire Cigars. The website's wildfirecigars.com.
Yep.
Okay. And, you can always shop at Luxury Cigar Club, Wildfire Cigars. Now, I didn't tell you I was going to do this, but I am going to spring this on you. Would you give a box of Wildfire Cigars away to someone that watches this video?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Guys, comment down below, Lollipop. I don't know what we're going to give away. We'll figure that out later, but we'll pick someone out of the comments to win a box of Wildfire Cigars. Bonus points if you follow Wildfire Cigars on Instagram and post a comment that you followed. So tell me about this Luxury Cigar Club exclusive.
Oh, yeah. So it's a very, very small production. And we wanted to just do something to celebrate our new relationship. And so it's only going to be found on Luxury Cigar Club. And so I encourage you to go get it. It has a very special tobacco in there. That's very aged, and it has a very unique. It is rich but medium, but like very savory, and it's just a beautiful cigar. Comes in one Vitola, one only Robusto, and it's here and gone. So you're gonna want to check out.
It's good, guys. So I don't know when that'll be out. I don't know when this video is going to be posted, but it's going to be called Cottonwood. We'll just say that it's Cottonwood by Wildfire, Luxury Cigar Club exclusive, and we are really grateful to have that. It is a delicious cigar. I know you're like, I'm going to send you a couple. I'm like, oh, dude, this is good. And you're like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. So that's how that happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, again, thank you so much for being here, guys. Make sure you go check out Jeremy Wildfire Cigars all over the place. 2026 is the first album. You know, we got the demo out of the way. Now the first album's coming. And I know a little bit more than I'm allowed to tell you, but it's gonna be great. It's gonna be
fun.
I'm really excited for what you have going on. If you haven't checked out Wildfire Cigars at all, go to luxurycigarclub.com. We have Wildfire in stock, ready to ship. Amazing stuff, amazing people, amazing story. Thanks again for being here, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for having me.
You're very welcome. Do you want to do the outro?
I don't know what you normally say.
Just make it up.
Do I need to turn
No,
to
look
this?
at that one.
Buy all the cigars from them and buy my cigars from them. Thank you.
That perfect. Thank you, guys. I'm gonna make people do my outros from now on. That was great.